manager in the Fort Collins, Colorado location, if you don't know me. Before we get started, a couple of programs that we've had going on this month. I'll go back to the Choose Your Change. If you're doing that, I think it's in week 2 right now. So just be on the lookout for emails and communications from Jenny on that and keep up with your goals for that 4-week challenge. We also had the Fitness Center Benefits webinar this month. So you can watch the recording for that if you haven't already. Has some really great information. So make sure that you watch that. And then we also had the cooking demo this month, making some breakfast sandwiches. So watch that if you are interested in a new healthy breakfast. All right, so let's get going with the stretches. Like I said, standing, no equipment, and we're gonna be focusing on the neck and chest and shoulders a little bit today. So to get started, we're gonna do some intentional neck circles. So you're gonna have your hands in fists and you're gonna press your fist down towards the floor. It's gonna keep your shoulders from elevating, keeping your shoulders down and just focusing on the neck. And then from here, you want to start with good posture. So roll the shoulders back, gaze forward. And then we're going to do slow and intentional neck circles. So drop your chin in towards your chest, drop your ear to your side, head back, look up towards the ceiling, ear to the other side, and then back to center. And you can either alternate directions or you can do about 5 one direction before switching to the other side. As you go around, nice and slow and controlled, continuing to breathe, especially if you find kind of a sticking point or where you might be really tight or it might feel tender. You can stay in that position and hold it for a breath or two before you keep moving around the circle. And then the more reps that you do, just make sure that you're resetting your posture. If you notice yourself starting to slouch or if your shoulders are creeping up, make sure you continue to press your fist down towards the floor. Good. And let's do about 1 more on each side. Again, go nice and slow as you go around. Any point, if you find a point that's super tender or tight, just hold it there for a breath or two. You can even take your fingers and kind of palpate and give yourself a little massage in that position before you keep moving. All right, last one here. Good. And kind of shake out, roll your shoulders backwards a little bit, kind of relax your shoulders. And then from here, we're going to go into an ear to shoulder stretch, stretching at the side of our neck. So again, start with good posture, roll your shoulders back, gaze forward. And then from here, keeping your shoulders square, so facing forward and not starting to shrug up at all. You're going to drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder as far as you can to feel a stretch into your neck. You don't want to overdo it, push into it all the way that you can. You just want to feel the stretch. And you can take your left hand in that fist and press down towards the floor, especially if you start to notice your left shoulder starts to shrug up. Good posture. Just focusing on this one side for time. Most of your body should be pretty relaxed. But we're going to hold it for another 15 seconds. So let's continue to breathe. And now that we're holding the stretch for a little bit longer, body's getting used to it, you can try to sink a little bit deeper into the stretch, bringing your ear farther down to your shoulder. Otherwise, just stay where you're at. But on your next exhale, come up out of that stretch again. You can kind of shake it out if you need to, and we'll switch to the other side. So your right hand in a fist down towards the floor. Good posture. Stand up tall, and then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And just continuing to breathe. Maintaining the good posture. If you notice yourself start to slouch, roll the shoulders back, stand up tall. You have 10 more seconds. If you can, drop your ear a little bit closer towards the shoulder. If you're good with where you're at, just stay there. All right, and gently come up out of that. And we're going to go into some neck flexion and extension. So I'll show you from the side for this one. So again, stand up nice and tall. And then you can place your hands on the back of your head right behind your ears. And you're going to drop your chin down towards your chest, using your hands on the back of your head to guide your neck or your head down a little bit farther, stretching out the backside of your neck. Just again, slow, deep breathing on this one. Maintain good posture. So you're kind of only bending forward at the neck right now. You shouldn't be hunching through the shoulders at all. You're going to get nice and tall. Give about 15 more seconds using your hands to add in extra support. Good. One more deep breath in this position. And gently come out of that into a neutral position. And now we're going to do the opposite. So standing tall, again, reset with your posture. You're going to cross your hands over each other. So your thumbs are kind of connected. You're going to place your hands on your chest. And then from here, you're going to pull the skin on your chest down. So pull that skin taut and then drop your head back and look up towards the ceiling. Should be stretching out to the front of your neck now. Make sure that you're pulling that skin, helps deepen the stretch. And then if you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can kind of jut your bottom jaw forward, jut your jaw out forward. Might deepen the stretch a little bit further. Good, about 15 more seconds and continuing to pull down on your chest, drop your head up. All right, and gently come up out of that, back into that neutral position. Again, you can kind of roll your shoulders backwards a little bit, get some movement in there. And we're gonna go into rounding into cactus. So you're gonna clasp your fingers together and press them away from you as far as you can, palms away from you, rounding your upper back, dropping your head in between your shoulders, creating as much space as possible in between your hands and your upper back, pushing away. Good, and continuing to breathe. Continuing to create space, pushing away, rounding your upper back. Good, last few seconds here. All right, on your next exhale, we're going to move up into a cactus. So you're going to draw your arms back, pulling your elbows back in kind of like a field goal or cactus position, palms facing forward. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall, and then pull your elbows back, opening up your chest. Good. If you can, last 10 seconds, try to pull your elbows back a little bit farther. Deeper stretch into the chest. You can drop your head back, look up towards the ceiling, or gaze forward, whichever is more comfortable for you. All right, shake your arms out. We're going to go into kind of a shoulder tricep stretch for this one. So a couple of different options here. I'll show you from the back. It's a little bit easier. But you're going to reach your arm up straight overhead and then bend your elbow, placing the palm of your hand kind of in your mid back in between your shoulder blades as much as you can. And we're just going to hold it here. And if you need a deeper stretch, you can clasp your fingers together and pull into a deeper stretch that way. Or slightly easier, you could take your left arm, reach up and over, and just gently press your right elbow down, walking your fingertips down your mid back. Good. 10 more seconds here. Try to walk your fingertips a little bit farther down your back into a deeper stretch. All right, gently come out of that. You can shake your arm out a little bit if it starts to feel kind of tingly, and then we'll go into your left side. So reach up straight overhead and then bend your elbow, placing your hand in between your shoulder blades. And then from here, you can either do the kind of underneath with your right arm and clasp fingers together, or reach up and over, pressing your left elbow down so you can get deeper into the stretch. Good, and continuing to breathe. This one can be a little bit intense, so if you can't quite get deeper into the range of motion, that's okay. Last few seconds here. All right, come up out of that. And then last one we're going to finish out with, we are going to clasp your forearms with your hands behind your back. And then from here, I'm going to have you pull your forearms apart. So you're kind of doing like an iso hold, clasping your hands against your forearms and then pulling them apart. And you should feel this stretch into the front of your chest. If this one's not doing it for you, you can clasp your fingers together behind your back and push down towards the floor. I just find this one feels a little bit more in my chest and my shoulders. So I do have about 10 more seconds here. So continuing to pull the forearms apart or press your hands down towards the floor. A nice deep breath. Good. And as you exhale, you can relax, kind of shake it out a little bit. Good job today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you next time.